Welcome to the SEDAT HR Digest, episode 180. This is Digest, and I'll be your host for today. This show is brought to you by SEDAT HR, one-stop shop, HR solutions partner. This outing we had a conversation where Mr. Emmanuel in Japan is a chartered human resource business partner, and he has a very interesting topic for us today, and I'm really excited to delve right in. Before that, we are so glad that you joined us, and we'd like to know where you're joining us from today, so we can share in the comments. Let's know in the chat where you are joining us from, your location, and then the conversation also continues. You can let us know the things that you have questions about. You can put them in the chat again, and then we pause from time to time and then take your questions and make sure that all the answers that you're looking for have been given to you. Once again, you're very welcome to this very interesting topic. Let me welcome our guest for today. You're very welcome, Mr. Emmanuel Ejam. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Japan. You're welcome. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Hello, Josh. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Also, there's breakages in your communication. I
Please go
can't
ahead and
hear.
introduce
Okay,
yourself to our audience.
okay. So I would like to present.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yes, please. Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Japon. I'm I'm HR professional. Um, I've been with the HR profession in the last 12 years, but within that, I've held several portfolios, and then also becoming a COO for Solar Taxi as a Chief Operations Officer, and also becoming CEO for IDEC Digital. Currently, I'm the Executive Director for G&G Africa, which we focus on developing bankable projects and then also facility for those people who want to go into electric vehicles. But my core is still HR. I'm a certified HR, certified human resource business practitioner. This evening, I would like to share something with you, with the team, about how we can be able to bounce forward, but we will not be bouncing back, and so that we can rethinking failure as a professional. So this is what we're going to share tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think it's a very interesting topic. It's something that most of us do not usually think about, and so it catches us surprisingly, and then we don't know what to do exactly. So it's a good thing that you've thought about all of these things in advance, and then you are ready to also share with us. Before we continue the conversation, we have something that we want to share with our audience from SEDAT, and then you can go ahead and then prepare your slides. Immediately I'm done, you can delve right into the conversation and then share with our audience. Yes, so we have a number of things coming up at SEDAT HR. The first on the list is SEDAT Business and HR Summit 2026. There's the Kumasi edition. I'm so looking forward to this one because I'm in Kumasi, and 29th of October 2026. Trust me, I'll be the first person to usher you in when you come with us. The theme for the program is building sustainable and competitive businesses through people, innovation, and leadership. So this is something that all HR people cannot afford to, join, because now we are moving into the HR business partner era. And so you need to just know and understand how what you do impacts the business in the long run, and not just go about your HR functions, business as usual. So I'm so looking forward to this, and I know we'll be launching very soon with the media. And when you see our social media flyers all over, you can actually join in. And then, yeah, so the media launch is coming up this Friday, August 7th at 11 a.m. prompt. Yes, so you get to hear a lot about what we are doing. It's happening at the SEDAT Consult Limited office in Kumasi, which is at Santasi. So once this is done, you hear a lot about this. But if you have any questions, even after this, you can let us know, and then we can give you all that you want to know before the session. So, like I said, we welcome Mr. Emmanuel Japan back, and then he had some slides, so you go through it, and then we'll pause and ask questions every now and then. And then if you have any question as well, our cherished audience, you can put it in the chat, and then we will get to the bottom of it and make sure that you have your answers before we leave here. So, Mr. Japan, welcome back. You can get right in and then get started. Thank you very much for being with us.
Hello. Yeah, thank
Yes,
you
we are
very
ready
much.
for you. Yeah, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I think the slide is okay. You can see everything.
Yeah, I think we can see.
Okay.
This is better.
So,
Yes.
okay, okay. So as I said, we are bouncing forward, not back. Okay, as I said, the name is Emmanuel Japan. So I have expertise in digital transformation and being executive coach. So let's begin. Have you ever experienced a moment where everything you worked for disappeared or overnight? Maybe a job loss, a business failure, health crisis, even divorce, or maybe industry disruption or unexpected redundancy. Most people spend their energy trying to bounce back, but today we're going to say that you can bounce forward. Today I want to challenge the mindset. Don't bounce back, but rather bounce forward. I'm using myself as an example. I began my career in investment banking. I was one of the foremost sales executive in Kumasi, if people may know. Good Coast Securities. Then I'm one of the investment bank that was thriving. I was managing assets over 10 million assets under management, people investment that I was managing. I was having a promising career, everything was to be on track. And then the banking sector cleanup came. And then what happened? It just overnight, something happened. I needed to also decide. At that point, what should I have to do? Should I keep mourning or should reinvent myself? I'd not learned resilience from the books. I learned it from disruption. So what did I have to do? So I decided to join a young guy who was having an agribusiness company with no profit, even there's no cash flow, there's nothing, just an idea that we have to use to work. So we put together document and then we have to put everything together. I was the most experienced, so I ended up doing everything, going to get accommodation, doing financial analysis, everything I was have to do. So what we have to do is that we get some farmers, we gather some small money, we give it to them, we pick some eggs, we go and sell to some of our clients at a high level. So I was looking for poultry farmers, customers, eggs, distribution partners, even driving. So I was really doing everything. So I was thinking that somebody said, is it really what my career has become? And people will say, you guys, because at that time at my level, I was driving a Pajero. That was the company car that I was driving. So now I'm driving a small car, a cargo car, looking for X here and there. So what did I have to do? Whilst I was doing that, the next thing for me is to rather invest because I had some more time whilst I was trying to put this in, to put more investment to myself. So what I have to do, I have to then go to then develop my career, go back to do my master's, have a HR professional certifications. I did about 3 certifications. Currently, I became the human resource business practitioner. I did SCG certifications. I did AI. I learned a lot. Agile Scrum Master, Energy Transition. Because I realized that in the future, that is where it's going to be. And these are some of the things that now. So in 2019, 2020, and after the COVID, these were the things that I realized that is going to happen. So what do I have to do? Eventually, an opportunity came. I applied for a job somewhere, and then they were looking for HR. I went there as an HR. But looking at the job and the role that was available, they realized that I have more experience. I have done so many. I know so much than even the HR. So they decided that, okay, you know what? We want to do something which is more than HR. But there's this opportunity that is called Chief of Staff. So, as a Chief of Staff, can you sit down and put your job description and tell us what you can do as a Chief of Staff? Because this is a new office, it has never happened in the company before. So then I have to do that, put my thinking cap together, do some proposals, even develop some budget and other things, create an office, that and then set up the role of a Chief of Staff. So that shows that bouncing back is not what we are looking for, but we have to bounce forward. I want things to return to how people decide. Oh, because I was doing the banking, I was doing investment, I was going to do, I was meeting high net worth people, I was discussing so many things. I should go back to the same thing. But there has been disruption. The banking sector cleanup has happened. About close to about 50 asset management companies were closed down. After I've done also, I went to do certification at Ghana Stock Exchange. So I'm an investment analyst. But this time, there's no opportunity for me. So then I have to think about what I have to do. So then I have to accept that the old world is gone. I'll build a better version of my life. I'll rather reinvent. So why did I think of this? This is where I went through. I want us to, especially HR people, professionals, to understand the trajectory of things. COVID has come, banking sector cleanup, AI replacing routine jobs, there's climate change, flood and disasters, economic uncertainties, remote work, digital transformation. These are what we call disruptions. They disrupt the normal way of doing things. The world is no longer stable. We live in a destructive era. The question is no longer, can I survive? So, what do we have to do? And another people has propounded that within even the COVID other things, there's even more destructive of things that is happening. Today you plan, it doesn't go what you have how it's planned. So the US Army also came up with what we call the VUCA world. So as a strategic or as a strategy as HR as a strategic person, when you are thinking or when you're developing any strategic plan, this is what you have to understand that the world is so volatile. There's uncertainty, there's complex world, there's ambiguity. So there's rapid changes every time. There is no one knows what will happen next. Complex environments, many interconnected problems. There's more ambiguous in anything that we plan. No clear answers. And even that, there's even more than even the VUCA. There's another word we call the bunny world. Once we see the world is so volatile and other things, there's even another word that has come. The world is even brittle, it's anxious, non-linear, incomprehensible. So things look so strong until they suddenly collapse. A company can be surviving so much, doing so well, but within a twinkling of an eye, nothing is happening. Everything is gone. Banks, companies, careers, industries, they can just lose. The world is being anxious, information overload, yet confidence is low. We have a lot of things that is happening. But what's happening to our mental health issues? Professional failure becoming irrelevant. Because today, your work can be disrupted with an agent, with a form of AI. Just last week, I had opportunity to work with a company for discuss something with them. And there's an AI doctor that can do CS precision. It's so precise with the time. If the human being can do about 1 hour, 2 hours, this within 25 to 30 minutes, the AI doctor or the robot has done the CS within 25 minutes. And it's so precise, so much that it is so 100%. Everything is done. So at the end of the day, we ask ourselves, what are we looking out for? The world is non-linear. Small events create massive consequences. COVID began in one city. Within months, the world shut down. Incomprehensible. Even the data that we think that we have, many things no longer make sense. You can sit down, do your own calculation. Sometimes I sit down, I do a lot of models, financial models, what we can work, I stress test all these things, how we can give facility to people to acquire assets. You can do all these things, but it gets to a certain point, it doesn't work. So that is what I want people and then my professional to understand that the world is becoming more than what we think. So why would we put this thing into this? In perspective, as HR professional, we cannot prepare people only for today's jobs. We must prepare them for uncertainty. Personal administration must move to capability building. One role shifts from administering people to building their capacity for what next. So with the HR people that we have, we're thinking of building capabilities. If today happens, if what happens today, what next? If today there's disruption in our business, what happens? So these are some of the questions we should be asking ourselves. We should put the test to ourselves. Today there's flood. What happened? Today there's a disruption. There's a political uncertainty. There's a legal uncertainty. There's a financial meltdown. What happens? What do we do? These are the things that we should be asking ourselves. How do we learn from this disaster? Now we are even having conversation on this platform, a virtual platform, Zoom, Amazon, remote work, digital consulting. Those who adapted thrived. So if you adopt these things, you thrive. What do we have to learn? After every flood, people don't rebuild the exact same structures they asked, like what the flood happened. What failed? When there's a disaster, disruption, this is what you ask yourself. What failed? How do we build stronger? How do we improve the drainage system? How do we prepare differently? So when you have had a setback within your setting, maybe your business has come down, you as a professional, because you have maybe in the next 5 years, this is how you are planning your profession, your career. It didn't happen that. What do you have to do? Do you sit down and think about, oh, it didn't happen, then start blaming people? Rethink, redivide your strategy, and then learn new skills to become better of yourself. Nature teaches us to reinvent. A forest fire destroyed trees. Months later, new vegetation appeared, often stronger, different, more resilient. The same thing that happened. So when one thing happened to you, don't sit down, reinvent yourself, learn new skills, build opportunities, and then strive on and carry on. Nature never goes backward. Why should we? Whatever happened, the world is a continuous action. Today happens, tomorrow there's something going on. The world will not wait for you, so you have to move along with it. How do we see failure? Failure is not the opposite of success. But for me, I see failure is data. Failure is data. Failure teaches you what doesn't work. Failure wants you to improve. Failure will also make you grow, where growth is required. Every failure contains information. There's a dossier of information for every failure of things that happen. But as a human being, we don't take cognizance of it. We only think of, oh, why it happened like that? Why did it happen? Oh, what has happened to me? But we take the failure to learn a lesson. So it becomes a data for you to move ahead. How can we bounce back? 5 ways. We should be accept the reality quickly. The thing is not working. The thing is getting down. The thing is not working, but we keep on sitting down. The horseshoe effects. We keep on adding, spending on it. If the thing is not working, it's not working. If there's disruption, there's disruption. If business is not doing well, it's not doing well. We have to accept the reality quickly. Stop asking why me, start asking why now. Invest in new skills, AI, data analytics, leadership, cybersecurity, project management. There are a couple of other HR people that I know that when we are talking about this AI thing, they think it's far away from them. But it's now with us because now we are talking of human being and machine. As a HR, you are with human beings. The human beings are going to machines to work. Are going to use the machines to work. So you should understand the machines too. So the HR, you can't stay away from AI. You can't stay away from technical aspect of the job, you need to learn, continuous learning. Understand that the human being and machines are at play, but human beings are going to operate the machines. So if you understand human beings, you also understand the machines. So that's how it's like a driver in a car. You can't be a driver that you don't know some few things about a car. You get to know about the car so that when there's a fault, you can then fix it. Build networks. Opportunities travel through people, not CVs alone. Yes, so once at this point that we are moving into whatever that we are doing, build greater networks. Go to places, speak to people, try to have conversation with people. Stay curious, ask better questions, experiment, read, learn, become adaptable. Don't attach to one career. You can never be a HR professional forever. You can never be like that because in the last 5 years, there were about 25 HR domain job areas that we did not even have job description. That was identified in 2019 after the COVID. 5 areas, 25 areas. So currently, you could see that even as we become more addicted to our gadgets. But there's a job that we call it gadget psychologist, somebody who can take care of your addiction of this gadgets. So there's another opportunity that is building that. Once there's a problem, people are identifying job roles within that problem. So there's a lot of things that is going to happen. So you cannot be a generalized HR forever. You have to be specialized. You have to learn. You have to do so many things so that at the end of the day, you can be, when there's disruption, you can do what you have to do. Skills of the future. The future belongs to professionals who combine technical skills and human skills, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, communication, collaboration. Then it comes to creativity, AI literacy, problem solving, and learning agility. You have to be learning every day. It's not about the certification, it's about what you can do. Now, the world is about what you can do. The job is being given to you and you do it. Your CV and other things just give you opportunity to be able to, people to see if you are possible, you can do it. But the real thing is about the action on the job. Are you competent enough to hold this CV? Are you competent enough to hold this certificate? This is what we are looking out for. Now, the new career era. Initially, we have educate, find a job, and retire. That was our thinking in the years back before COVID. That was what we were thinking. Go to school, get a job, work hard till you die, till you retire and you die. But now it's not like that. We learn, we work, disrupt, we relearn, reinvent, we lead, we repeat. It becomes a cyclical thing, a continuous cyclical journey, not a straight line to retirement. Now there will not be even retirement because you can work home, you can do so many things, you can teach home, you can become a lecturer in the house. Once after the years of working, because there's opportunity for you to do all these things.
Hello, Mr. Japan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can you take a glass of water so that we come back to conclude the conversation? And thank you very much. I think this has been a great presentation. There's so many things that we have picked up from the slides, and as you explain along as well. So the SEDAT HR Business Summit that is coming up in Kumasi in October. Like we indicated before, this Friday, the 7th of August, we are going to be doing the business lunch or the media lunch so that all the questions that you have can be answered. So if you are in Kumasi, if you are in Sunyani, if you are anywhere around Kumasi or the southern part of Ghana, you are rest assured that you are welcome for this event. These are the ticket prices. So it's coming up in a bit, just so you can prepare in advance. It's all the way in October. So the early bird tickets, once we launch on Friday, will be available to you. If you want to come in person, it's 700 Ghana cedis. If you want to attend virtually, it's 550 Ghana cedis. And then if you want to come to the gate on the day because you are undecided, maybe you have an appointment or you have somewhere to go and you're not sure if you can make it on the particular date, you can get tickets at the gate for 800 Ghana cedis. Fair enough, right? Yes, so the SEDAT Business and HR Summit 2026, the Kumasi edition. And I'm so looking forward to this on Thursday, the 29th of October at the Micklin Hotel, Kumasi. I'll be seated 8 a.m. prompt, and I will open the gates myself to welcome you. I hope I see you there. So this conversation, back to this conversation, is an interesting conversation. Like I said in the beginning, these things, we don't think about them until it happens to us. And in our minds, we are educated, we have our qualifications, we've done our certifications, and then we are assured a job. And so we don't think that anything as disruptive as what happened to Mr. Japan can happen to us until it happens to us. And then we are panicking and we don't know what to do. So I think it's important to be in the right frame of mind and to prepare yourself in advance for these eventualities. Even in business, we call these things threats, things that are outside the business that you have no control over, that can equally, impact you positively or negatively. So when this happens, you should be prepared in advance to deal with it. We are going to go back to the conversation. If you have any questions, like I mentioned, you can put them in the chat, and then we will ask them of Mr. Japon before he concludes his presentation. But I have a question myself, so before you get back in, let me just ask Dex before our audience also come in with yes. So how do you, we are in a society where we are conditioned to think positively, that nothing can happen to us, and we are so positive, to a fault, and we think that what happens to others can never happen to us. But we see everyday reality that is far from the truth, that anything at all can happen at any time. How do we proactively position ourselves in the right place, like you mentioned, so that if anything like this happens to us, because you learned your lessons the hard way, it had to happen to you before you made a decision to get back up and not just bounce back but bounce forward, and now you have lessons to teach us. But if you were going back before all of these things happened, what would you have done differently, and how would you have positioned yourself in the early periods of your career to make sure that even if something like this happened to you, it wouldn't have affected you the way it did? If you
Okay.
can share something with us.
So I think using myself as example, because we were thriving. I mean, as an investment banker, I in school I did HR for the first degree, so I got a banking job. So then I have to transition into investments. So I have to do all the thing that I have to do, right? The Ghana Stock Exchange thing. Things were rosy. I mean, you can go to the TV, do analysis, do all these things. So what happened was that when I was there, I realized that I need to do something. Maybe sometimes things can talk to you. I need to do more than what I'm doing. So then when the thing came, it affected me though, but I realized that no, I can do better than what I was doing because there's more ahead of me. So then what you have to do is the thing is accept that there is a problem. That is it. And don't blame yourself. Take an action as quick as possible. If it happens, take an action as quick as possible. And sometimes it's also good to have a career coach who can talk to him and then discuss matters with him. The thing that we know is the linear way. Oh, okay, I've gone to the banking school, I'm going to do marketing, I've done HR, so I need everything to be HR. No, the world is not like that. Those people who are selling online, it's not about what you know, it's about what you can do. People are making a lot of money. Their profession, their career is somewhere sitting down there. But what is making them more money is what they can do now. So redesign your thinking and then becoming more of the everyday, the forward-looking thing. Become a futuristic. Read a lot, learn a lot, because this AI thing is nothing than it's not difficult for us to also embrace yourself with. It's not difficult. We need to take charge of it, because I believe that the digital transformation or people transformation is being driven by the HR people. However, it's the machines that it's the people that drive the transformation. Machine just back it. The machine cannot work alone. We need to drive the transformation. We have to bring the change. Then the machine back us. So if the people mindset is not good, we are failed. We have failed. So people first before the machines. So as an HR people or HR person, understand that the new thing is bigger. It's more wider than what you think. The HR is more wider. Get yourself a specified area that you think that you can master. Add AI to it. Now there's AI learner. So if you are into learning and development and you don't know AI, you can't do models. In the next 1 to 3 years, AI will take over you. Because the AI is there to do the models. They can just everything that you can do, all the things the AI can do. But as a human being, because you have the learning development experience, add AI model to it, and then you become a bigger person, and then you can do a lot. Everything that we are doing, if you're good in recruitment or other things, add AI so that it can do a lot of things for you. Then the challenge is that some of the HR professional has reviewed CV several years, but if you ask them to put their CV together, they have challenges. They themselves, they have challenges, but they can critique every CV. Yes, we went for an interview like that, and it was terrible. He's a big HR man, and the CV is just some way, but he really criticized people. And so another thing that when we went to a company, we were doing assessment. We needed to do assessment to be sure that the roles, the senior management roles, do they merit exactly where they are? And it becomes a trouble because for 10 years he has been there. No, nobody has come to do anything. But if you want to assess him to be sure whether he meets the merit, it becomes trouble. He doesn't meet it. So if you have worked for longer years and you have not experienced any disruption, this is a time for you to start thinking about this kind of conversation and add certain things together, add skills together, and then you can become better.
Thank you so much, Mr. Japan. I hear one word, adaptability, so that
Yes.
we can face the future. So we have some comments from our listeners. Zakaria Salamat said, very insightful. Thank you very much. And then Happy Benedine Anochi Nindabi said, true. You can also add any questions that you have if you want to know anything that Mr. Japan has not touched on at this point. So I'll leave you to go back into your slide, finish it up, and then we will take the last set of questions at the end. Thank you very much.
So I think less about 2 or 3 slides and we are done.
Sure.
Okay. So the next thing is this quote that I have. Your greatest setback may become your greatest qualification. Failure is an event, not an identity. The goal is not returning to yesterday. The goal is becoming ready for tomorrow. In the bunny world, that's a brutal, anxious, non-linear world. Adaptability is the new job security. How well will you be able to adapt in the new thing that is coming? There's now energy transition, just transition. There's now talking about electric mobility. There's now talking about Web3. Everything, a lot of things are happening. So we are moving to a certain area that is so rapid. Are you ready to adapt into that area? Okay. The last one that we talk about is how has setback in your career shaped who you are today? So if there's any other person that have that thing that's okay in my area or in my stream of things, this is what happened to me. We would like to get some experience from you. So, but at this point, I charge HR people that our conversation or our mandates is not only employ now, but employ for the future. If you have an organization that you don't do training and you train people. You are an organization that when you as HR, you bring a training budget, it's not going, they don't even see it, they don't have any idea about it. Prepare yourself because it means that you'll be there, you become stale, you become redundant. You don't know anything. The only thing about the whole thing, because you've done the work for about 5 years and nothing is challenging. So today something has happened. No one is going to employ you to come and do the same thing, the same thing that you're doing. So we need to revitalize ourselves, move ahead, and then check the status quo, and then do much for what you can do. So at this point, I'll end here today and ask for other people who ask questions so that we can take it from there. I thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to present this to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Japon. A round of applause for him, all of our audience. So my key takeaway for this session is that failure is data. I think I like that one very much. Failure is data because you know the things that you did wrong. Now you are not starting from page one. You are starting in the middle of page 7. You know exactly what went wrong, what you were not supposed to do that you did that ended you in the situation that you found yourself. So you don't start afresh, you don't bounce back, you bounce forward, like he mentioned. So I've retaught failure as a professional that it is data, and then based on that data, I can make new decisions that will help put my future in a better way. So Zakaria Salamat also shares that she always tells people whatever certificate they have is a lot of people also have it. So, the only difference is shown in what you are able to do. She says, thank you, Mr. Japon, for sharing your experience. Happy also says, very interesting points. We thank you very much for joining us for this conversation. If you still have any questions, Mr. Japon is on the line and he can still answer those questions. But I've learned a lot from this. I have an experience that happened some years ago, which is similar to what he said. I got a job that I was really excited about, but when I started the job after a year, I realized that it wasn't what I thought it was. So I was in that position and I had to reinvent the wheel and then pivot into something else. And I made that decision, and things are going way, 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 way better than I ever imagined. So you need to always bounce forward. It doesn't matter what has happened. You just have to sit down, think about the whole thing, and then come back even stronger than ever before. Happy says bounce forward. Yes. So that's your key takeaway. Thank you very much. Mr. Japon, so before the conversation, you said you do a lot of things. So I would like to give you the opportunity to share some of these things with our audience. The consulting jobs that you do, the things that you do on the side, if they have anything at all in your line of work that they will want to engage you for, how do they reach out to you? So you can come back up and then share with us what you do and what exactly you can do to help our audience if they are looking for any kind of solutions in those specific areas.
Okay, so I do more of e-mobility. So we do like
Can you please
organization.
bring your video up because we can't see you?
I see. So organizations that want to transition into e-mobility. So e-mobility, those people who want to go into electric vehicles, because now ESG is key. Organization needs to take ESG for reporting. So environmental social governance is part of their reporting standards, especially even the companies that are listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange and the banks and any financial institutions. You need to have an ESG reporting. So what we do is provide solutions. So in that context, we provide solution in electric vehicles so that if your staff or your organization have these electric vehicles, it's part of the solution that you can use to report on ESG. So we do it's a value chain thing. You can use that into reports on the ESG and then also help for you to get more funding because if you're able to save carbon, so what they are saying that everybody should save carbon. So when you save a carbon, there's money given to you. So they say that whatever that you are doing, leave a legacy. So if you are driving a vehicle that is fuel, it means that you are polluting a lot you are polluting a lot. So what the organization can do is just mitigate it or reduce it or do something. Whatever that you do, that is in the kind of reduction, it's being quantified and being given you as what we call carbon credits. So when organizations are able to do that and they're able to reduce the carbon that they are doing, it's being turned into money that can be sold for them. So this is a solution that we're also developing. So that is what we are all doing. So what we do, we facilitate people to have electric vehicles. We will tell you the ones that are good. It's not just anything that you can just do. The one that are good, the one that have good performance, the one that can then stay long, the one a lot of things have long range driving. We can help you to secure some of these vehicles. So organization, institution, individuals, we have a payment plan. You do the down payment and then we give you the vehicle. You can take 5 years, 6 years to pay, and then you enjoy it. So these are some of the things that we do. We also do. SEDAT is also one of our partners. So what they do, they also seek to us to also help them in some of the consultancy that we do. So we also have some courses. If you want to transition, so maybe you've been there for long, you don't even know what to do. There's kind of disruption. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to have to do. We can seek to us, and then we have a couple of courses. We can have AI certification for you. We can do e-mobility. We can teach you how to even do all this kind of thing that we are doing, the e-mobility. We can also help you into energy development when it comes to energy or just transition. The thing is that once we are moving to renewables, there are jobs that we can't leave behind, or those people that we are leaving behind, we have to take them along. So if you are a company and then you are even changing your fleets to electric vehicles, your existing staff that are engineers in the fuel vehicles, you can't leave them behind. You need to
Yeah.
move them along. That's what we call that's just transition. Will help you transition into that so that they don't leave them alone. So these are the conversations that we are having. So organizations and institutions, individuals who want to transition, who you are stuck in your career, how we can help you develop other skills that can make you more relevant in other areas of your life.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel Japon, CHRBP. This has been the SEDAT HR Digest episode 180 with our guest, Mr. Emmanuel Japon, CHR BP. I've been your host, Joshua Jesse, and there's a conference coming up in Kumasi. I will share the details right now with you so that you can prepare in advance. If you are anywhere in the southern part of Ghana, you are in Sunyani, you are in Kumasi, you are in Tamale, wherever you find yourself, you can either join in person, you can join virtually. And we are doing a media launch next Friday, the 7th of August at 11 a.m. to speak to you about what is coming up and how you can get involved in the conversation. And if you are waiting for our tickets, you can also get them once the media launch is done and all our networks are opened. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us and then we can continue the conversation. So the topic for today has been bouncing forward, not back, rethinking failure as a professional. And I think I've had a lot of lessons from this. And I know that definitely for you as well, you've learned a thing or two so that you can continue to do what you want to do as a professional. You don't have to wait till something bad happens. You can start implementing these things so that you can be ready. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for spending your Sunday with us. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and then we'll see you very soon. SEDAT HR is available on LinkedIn, Facebook, across all social media platforms. I will share the recording of this session with you once it's ready. So if you're not able to join us live or you came in late, you can still go back and watch from the beginning. Thank you very much. See you again next Sunday. Bye-bye.